want to see the money. Sam, you said God help this generation. The way kids look their parents in the eyes, disrespect them is wowing. My brother, my sister. Then in secondary school, if a teacher should tell you, I would tell your mom that. I would tell your father, you are dead, you go, don't cry before everything happens. But now you tell them, you tell my mommy, and so. My mentor, where then she said something. She said, Helen, be cautious. The devil hides in plain sights. Sights you will never even suspect, but they will be there. All this video they are releasing now, that people are releasing, where are they coming from? Who is helping them release it? So you can help somebody fight battle like this. You didn't release it when the person is alive. If they tell me then that they will report me to my grandma, now from Jibowa who don't they cry, go house. Then when I get to the front of the house, now me by myself go take months, go they tell my mama, grandma, what was that saying to you? Bolwe. When what's about one? Bolwe. I mean, my teacher, my teacher don't say, he could tell you, I'm not be me to him. He go tell me, say, waiting. Talk now. People they hold your hand, hold you right, hold you left. Talk. Don't be me to now, my classmate, the fear of parents then will not make you do some certain things. A world where parents don't even want their children to learn handwork again. A world where parents are looking towards to their children to pay school fees. Some parents don't even know where their child is. They just know that the child is in a university. Where you see Ngozi? Ngozi don't go school. Which school you go? Hey, somewhere for Anambra. Where friends are looking at, if you are not useful for me, get out. No more love without any exchange. No more love without exchange. Everyone now, if you're not useful to me, I cut you off. I follow people that are useful to me. A world where you don't attend this church, nobody looks for. Once you leave a church, everybody leaves you. No free, no truthful relationship again. Then you now call them. We're in the choir. I served in this choir for more than 7 years. And I just left. You guys didn't ask of me. And they'll tell you, we now heard that you are now in so church. That's why we left you now. Is that Christ-like? Then you now join a society. And that society, they are checking up on you. They are checking up on you. Somebody said it's all over the world. Yes, now, but the society that I know is what I represent. I know Nigeria. I know Nigeria, where we used to be in a face me and face you, and parents will go to school. Parents will go to work. Once we come back from school, you go inside your house. For inside on a corn board, they don't put your food there where you go drop for afternoon. You knock your food finish, you enter Bodafide house, begin to watch television. So your parents could come back because they know that you'll be fine. But now, everybody locks their children inside the house. Then you now be hearing parents saying, I know they passed my boundary. Me and my children, we're still on our own. In a society that God has blessed us with collaborativeness. so sad. Very, very sad. How many friends do you have that you're not expecting them to give you anything back in return? That you just love for loving sake? How many? A society where the poor continues to intimidate the poor and oppress the poor. Why are going higher and higher? I'm fine, thank you. What's your name and where are you calling from, sir? I know you are Mr. Lambo, but I just want us to, to introduce yourself, sir.
Yeah, Chief Muladi, which is
because of time, I just want you to give us your take on this, sir. No time, but in a few seconds.
Actually, I just joined.
Okay. Oh, sorry about that. We're talking about at what point did our society change from being caring to one another to not minding again, to the point that you can't even have friends for friends' sake, except you guys are doing exchange.
In terms of relationship, general. I believe everything is about understanding, and then a lot of people now you have to be expecting something in return before you can actually do a favor. You understand? But so it depends on the relationship between you and that particular person. To be sincere, because you trust yourself, so you don't know about other person. You understand? A lot of people, you might do them favor, they look at you like you are a fool. You don't know what you are doing. Even somebody they ask you for something, you still do it for them. But instead of to appreciate that, they won't. They will look at you like he's just doing it.
But I remember then before, when you do good, you just do good. You are not expecting anything in return. But when you are not saying they make you feel like a fool, they don't appreciate you enough. What kind of appreciating do you want? Is it to dobale, roll on the floor?
No, that's not even the fact. The fact is that they would test somebody else. You understand? That I just asked so something from even the family too. You understand? Because somebody go and get it from him. Just tell him whatever you want. Just lie, just do whatever. He will give it to you. Go all away. You understand? But that's the point. But when somebody look at you like, okay, this person, he did something for me. Let's appreciate that person. Maybe out of nothing, you still do whatever you have. You still give them whatever you have. But instead of them to appreciate, they look at you like a bad person. They will look at somebody that doesn't know what to do with your money. So that's different. You understand? But sometimes you just do it.
Don't do good and continue.
You understand? Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You are
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Auntie Ashabi, good morning.
Good morning, doctor.
And how is New York doing, madam?
New York is there. It's getting cold here. But I'm just taking a walk with my boyfriend. But I haven't said that. It's not easy.
And so that's Auntie Ashabi calling from New York. Auntie Ashabi, did you hear the questions I threw up?
Yes, I think I heard some part of the question.
At what point did we all change? That parents now are depending on their children for house rent. Parents now are depending on their children for feeding. In Africa, until they kill the child. You don't know what the child is going through. You can't even control your child. At what point did that start happening?
Well, I think
you don't understand when it started happening. No.
At this era of technology, all this is rubbish technology. Because in our days, when we were growing up, we will be under our parents' roof till the last day of your wedding, till the day they paid your dowry, and you are being ushered to your husband's house. And if you are a man, till the day, even when you get married, you will first of all, they will bring the wife to your parents' house. That is where they will put water on the wife, the new bride feet. You have to stay in your parents' house for the first 1 week before you now decide. But now, when parents are doing this to their children, they're the one pushing them out. They're the one pushing them out to be doing all these rubbish rituals and all this. I want to get money by force. You will see all these Yahoo boys. They will be buying big cars for their mother, and those mother will be dancing. A boy of 20 years buying a Lexus car for his mom, and your mom will be dancing. Definitely inside you, you know where he got that money for, but you don't care. You will accept it. How can you be asking a boy of 20 years to send money for your rent to you? Where does he get the money for? Which work is he doing? How can you ask a girl of 22 years to buy you something? Where does she get the money for? Which work is she doing? So the parents, they still need to sit down, think about, even if you are selling pure water, you have to be the mother of your children. You have to carry responsibility. Make sure, hold yourself up to the responsibility of your kids until they get to that marriage age. Struggle on them. Why would you be asking a boy of 24 years to pay your house rent in the situation in Nigeria now?
Do you think what's happening in the society now is more of the parents, or you think it's the government?
It's well, I would say it's more of the parents than the government. And you ask me why. It's more of the parents than the government. Because if you encourage and you sit your children down, you teach them, not all that is greater are goals. It's not possible. Teach them how to be independent, how to struggle. It happens everywhere. It happens, only the Nigeria one is terrible. My son has started doing 3 jobs when he was just 22 years old in England. 3 jobs. The way I used to talk to him, to discipline him with my words of wisdom, most time my son will say, "Mom, I just love the way you train me. If not, I would have joined a gang in England. But the way you trained me, Mom, I just love the way you train me. If not, because I know I am your only child, I would have impregnated so many girls." But he knows the way I train him. He knows the way I train him, that I always scream at him and said, "No child without a marriage. No child without don't do this, don't do this. Watch the way I struggle. Make you struggle for your life."
Thank you, ma. I'm so grateful, ma. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you, ma.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
well done, Daddy.
Yes, ma. Yes, ma. All right, so I'm seeing on the comment section, source_kid saying, "Will you get every kids in Nigeria to England too?" No. So what she's trying to explain to you, Uncle Source_kid, is that she struggled so much to help her child, even to England. And even when they got to England, she continued to train up that child, making him know where he's from. You are Nigerian, you are Africa, you need to hustle, we need to work together, you need to struggle. Don't depend on me, but listen, this is how to go about it. She started training her child. So she's not saying every parent, she's just giving an example of our own life. So please do not misinterpret. Do not join the people on social media that send wrong messages, that instigate quarrel and fight unnecessarily. Do you understand what I'm saying? Please do not instigate. If you don't understand, ask questions. It's comment section, ask. Can someone explain to me what this woman is saying? Do you understand? Than for you to just jump. Uncle, Ejo, We're just trying to also understand it. Do you understand what I'm saying? We are all trying to understand English. So if you don't understand, ask Uncle Sauce _kids, yeah? So the truth is that everybody have their own peculiar way of training their children. For me, my mom keeps fighting me every time that you give all accolades to mama. It's only grandma that taught you. It's only grandma that taught you. But the thing is that everything I have today, I'll still give it to great grandma. Great grandma trained me more. I love my mom more. I don't say she did not train me. I love some parts that she gave to me. But everything that remains in my brain till next tomorrow is of great grandma. Is of great grandma. I remember one time, great grandma used to work in an hospital. You know, she was all these auxiliary mamas that used to help children, mothers to bring out their child. You know, so one day there was a little quarrel in the hospital, and I was hearing grandma say, because grandma speaks pidgin, and grandma was like, waiting, who criminal? Why all these people they do like this now? Not be all of us fly enter Lagos. So some of us enter motor, reach Lagos. Some of us enter kaya, enter Lagos. So if I enter Lagos, I can't know what they do. That means I know where. All of us will work together, will not be friends for this office. Everybody, they work for the same office. They say, let us be friends. We'll not be friends, so make everybody draw the line. So I grew up understanding that it's necessary you draw line. If you are my colleague, remain as colleague. If you are going to be my best friend, then let's discuss it that we are not in competition looking for the same thing, to the point that we are not doing dog eat dog. So colleague should remain colleague. You understand? That's what I like. Family should remain family. My best friend should remain best friend. And I will discuss it with my best friend. Me and my best friend, we cannot be doing the same thing. Because if they need only one person, we need to wound each other for them to choose one person. So I like the opposites. So understand how to train your child is what this woman is saying. And she's not putting it on governments. She's putting it on parents. Not totally, but she's saying even governments go and sit down there. Even now one person train government, person where they sit as parents. So everything still starts with parents. Parenting is very important. The right parenting is skills should be applied in every way. Hello? Yes. Now, boss say allow. God bless you. No hug who you suppose shake. In fact, I don't even think say we need shake. After LOI, you go your way. I don't know you, you don't know me. Me and you are in the same space with the drag. So why can't they do friend with you now? If I do friend with you, not to kill you, not to clear you come out for road. Because I won't win, you won't win. So now too much people. But if you understand, say now work with they do. I know, say if you come off for stage, I enter. If I come off for stage, other person enter. We both perform, go. So all this one of we perform together, you don't know my house. Many people will not know each other's house, but they work together. And when we see each other for outside, now greeting, because your mama don't train you. Gone are those days where parents will want their children if you eat outside. But now, to me fair, shalom jelly, effort to me fair. You just carry your life, trust, carry children with trust. Then the child grow up like that. Anything when they give out to consumer side, he begin to the chopper. Now, it's so funny that things are really changing. Then I used to ask my grandma, why you can't carry me come birthday party? You carry me come birthday party, you say me I no chop. So why you bring me come? Why you bring me come the birthday party? Someone said unhealthy competition everywhere. Too many people just want to off your lights. Of course. They're able to off the lights. Hello?
Oh, I'm sorry. I muted myself unintentionally. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. And why are we not seeing you, sir?
Because I am somewhere that I cannot be seen at this time. That's why.
What's your contribution to this topic we're discussing today, sir?
Mine will be very brief. All that I will say is when we are talking about the upbringing of a child, I think there are 4 major pillars because the child is eventually going to become an adult. The first one are the child's genetics. The genetics, that one cannot change. And that is the DNA, the genetics, being an introvert or an extrovert, being aggressive or being a calm person, being very smart and or intelligent or otherwise. So that is the first. Now the second one is the upbringing of the child. That is by the parent and or guardian. What kind of upbringing, what kind of knowledge base, what kind of characters, what kind of ideas, what kind of values are you imbibing and or imparting in that child? Now the third phase is the peer pressure. Peer pressure is coming from, and that is above the age of 12. So whatever upbringing you're going to give a child, when the child passes 12 years of age, then there's little to no chances of changing that child's foundational values. So the peer pressure comes in friends, people you meet in school, people you live around. That is why the environment is quite important. And last but not least is a life experience. So, because when you keep on doing something and you keep on making mistakes, you do not learn. It becomes an experience when you do not repeat that mistake. So, for me, those are the 4 pillars in raising a human being, a full human being.
Okay. So I understand the Google research answer or the textbook answer you gave. But relating it to the Nigerian society is what we are asking right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Giving relatable examples.
Okay.
We are prepared what you have said earlier on. We are, like I said, the Google answer and the textbook answer.
Okay.
The pillars, the skills of training a child. Number 1, talk to the child for positive confession. Number 2, tell the child he's the best and let him understand he's a male from a female. Number 3, that's not the point. We all know that. But how do we apply it? Like I just used an example of my great grandmother teaching me, and I gave instances of his office. Then our parents will never even allow you eat outside. When you are invited for a birthday party, you go to that birthday party, any pack they give you is going home with you. In your presence of times like this, I don't know if they did that to you, they will trash everything. Your eyes will be red. But that kind of gave me trainings to see that it's not everything that you like that you will consume. It's not all that glitters that is gold. But now we have parents taking their children to birthday parties and even packing inside nylon to go and be warming at home.
Now, Doctor, there's something that I will just chime in here because I just have about 7 minutes.
Yes, sir. So I want an example of yours.
Yes, I want to give an example.
Your training. Yes, sir.
I want to give you an example.
Yes, sir.
And before I give that example, we need to remember that children are raising children now. Or kids are raising kids now. So there is this moral decadence. There is this not being able to resolve conflicts. We've lost conflict resolution as a society.
Yes.
Not being, if I disagree with you, why can't we have a conversation? So why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because parents in a society that because kids are raising kids do not even know how to communicate to these kids, to their children.
Yes.
And the children take that to go and communicate and or speak with people in the society. If we take a cue, for example, on social media or in regular life, if I disagree with you, what do you think I will do to you next? I'll just start insulting you, abusing you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How do you raise children in such an environment or society? Let me even be quite controversial here. It is the family unit that builds the society. What kind of family unit and or construct do we have today in Nigeria? When I mean family construct, a healthy man, wife, and children. That is what builds the society. So since you said I should give an example, this is going to be a little bit scary example, kind of. Good morning, sir. This is going to be a very scary example. I will never forget